Swallow 2. On Cypriot Santos in the Anson, because Paul's late father was a navigator on Anson's and Blenheim's during the war.
But now it is to these two delightful vintage aircraft that we turn our attention, full and safe. But it was a very modest aircraft with only 20 horsepower at its disposal and an extremely lightweight construction. So in 1928, Hans Klemm produced a more substantial, uprated derivative, the Klemm L-25.
Klemm's driver behind these developments was wanting to develop light aeroplanes with as much performance as possible from small engines, keeping the weight of its motorcycle engine. When it emerged in 1919, it was rebuilt with a 12.5 horsepower Harley motor. Just one of those was built that made some impressively long and high flights. When Klemm established his own aircraft manufacturing company in 1927,
It's an aircraft that has its quirks, very narrow tracked undercarriage and a fixed tail skid and no brakes, so it's a challenge to handle on the ground, and it can keep the pilots on their toes in the air as well. It's not the most stable aircraft, the control harmonisation is poor, but it is an aircraft that talks to the pilot, it gives a lot of feedback, so much so that it's possible to fly it entirely without instruments. And in fact, the front cockpit is equipped with a full set of flight controls but has no instruments at all.
The Klemm L-25 found a market in the UK, and Major EF's British agent offices on New Bond Street in London, and Steve decided there could be good business in licence producing it here in Britain. His plans were held up a bit. On one occasion, this Klemm L-25, the one now off to the right, was inspected by King Alfonso XIII of Spain, and a photo exists of him doing so. And in 3 years, it's the centenary of that exposition, and there may well be some plans for the aircraft, maybe, to be taken back there. It then came September 1935 to the Cotswold Aero Club at Churchdown. Went through a succession of private owners. It was sold in 2024 by its previous one, John Hopkins, to Jeff Milsom, former RAF fast jet pilot and now best known as leader of the Tiger 9 team of Tiger Moths, who keeps it on his private strip at Salisbury Plain. And it was Jeff Milsom's little fleet based up at Bagby in Yorkshire. We've seen this Focke-Wulf-Stieglitz here. We had it at the Festival of Flight last year.
Lovely it was as well. I think this is the first time I've seen either a Swallow or a Klemm. Such a history with this specific aircraft, and one thing you didn't mention, but I rather like, is the fact that it spent quite a number of years strung from the ceiling of a motorbike dealership.
once again the owner Richard Menage at the controls of the Klemm L-25-A1. Beautiful